I was calling to see my son backed into another individual at a gas station. And they called the law, and they said they would not file a report because it was on private property. And so I was hoping to know if I am liable because the young man had no insurance. I had him go to a place to get an estimate, and they said they were going to total the car because it was not worth more than the damage was, and he's not willing to accept that. So what should be my next step?
All right, Bob, how do you work that?
Well, that's a tough one. If I understood the question correctly, the person that got hit's car wasn't worth too much. But you know, you're not liable just because it was your car. I mean, your son is liable if he has no assets. There's nothing they can do. Is that fairly accurate? I mean, I didn't get all of her question, but.
Oh yeah, I think you're analyzing that spot on. I mean, now there could be little issues like whether or not you negligently loaned the car to your son or something like that. But for the most part, if you're not insured or if your son's not insured, then the right thing to do would be if your son, if your son owes for the damage, would be to try to compensate for. In this case, it sounds like there weren't any injuries, but there was some damage to the vehicle. And if it is totaled out, or if it costs more to fix it than what the car's worth, then that's going to be the measure of damage. And what you want to do is you do want to try to settle up with the fella, because you could find yourself in a small claims situation. You know, that person could file a small claims case against your son. Depending on how old he is, you could be included as well if he's under 19. They could do that in small claims court, and so you could be looking at having to go through the court process anyway. So I always recommend for something like that, try to resolve it on your own. Otherwise, he may get an attorney and he may try to recover from you.
And Ken, that police report has nothing to do with liability.
It doesn't, and a police report, that's right, they won't come on private property.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll write a private property incident report, but it's not the same thing as an accident report. No. But a lot of people may not understand this. We always get this at the close of a jury trial. They say, why didn't y'all offer the accident report? Where was the accident report? Well, accident report's what's called hearsay. It never comes into evidence. So both sides or usually it's just one side. Usually we would love for you to see the accident report, but the fact is that it just doesn't come into evidence. It can't. It's not admissible. So that's just kind of a tip, trial tip.
Exactly.